guys, it's Crystal again with another layout using the Scraptastic April Worth Wondering kit. This is a picture of my daughter on spring break last year. And we were at the park, and her and her brother decided to do a photo shoot of each other, and they came out really good. I just put them in 3x4 and did some text on it and put her name. I'm going to use that craft cardstock, but this is the My Mind's Eye Today Shine paper. I'm going to use the polka dot side of it for this layout. I'm just going to cut around it because I want a big border around it. And I'm going to look through and see what else matches with it. Just to see, I compare. This is the crepe paper style board melody paper, and it's got like teal and white polka dots on it. And then I'm going to do one more layer, and this is the Teresa Collins Save the Date guest book paper. And I'm going to use the notebook side of it. The other side has hearts on it. And I think that's all the layers I'm going to do for this one. So I get off the embellishments. I'm using that craft cardstock. I don't know if I said that already. I probably did. And I'm just going to play with the layers and see where I want this to lay on the paper. And then I didn't cut it straight enough. I had to cut a little bit off. And I'm going to go ahead and commit to where I want this layout to lay on the cardstock, or these layers. And I don't want to cover the pink over there on the lined side. It's like pink splashes. I'm going to go ahead and outline everything before I start putting embellishments on to help decipher the layers from each other so they're not blending in with each other. And I just go around and do all the edges at the same time, whatever edge I'm working on. Okay, I'm sorry, my kids are fighting in the background. And these are some cork pieces that were that came in the kit, and they're banners, and I would like to use them on this layout. I wanted to use all of the cork elements that came in the kit. I just can't decide where I want them to lay. So first I go with that, and then here is a that's a cut apart, or that's an embellishment from the cut aparts, but it just blends into the background too much. And then I use this Time Well Spent because, they did a really good job during the photo shoot at the park. And they played and things of that sort too. And then I use this snap cap location and date tag. And then I'm going to use another one of the Teresa Collins Daily Stories butterflies. And then I don't like the way that butterfly looks, so I change out the butterfly. And I'll change it out one more time, but that's a little later on because I don't like the way that blends in with things. It just doesn't go together for me. Here are these are the chipboard flash chip bubble talk pieces that I don't end up using. I couldn't find one that fit, and I try one out, I lay it there to see how I like it for a bit, and I have to think about it, but I'm moving on. I grabbed some more of those Snap Cap Girl Talk embellishments, and I think, see me tap my finger, I'm thinking, and I'm just trying to lay as many of the elements down as possible and switch them around and see what works best. And At this point, I go to my own stash of scrapbooking supplies, and I look through them. I pull out my vellum. I have an iris container with each individual photo container, and this container has the vellum or things that are like vellum in them, embellishments. These stickers that I'm about to use that say "Smile Pretty Love" are vellum stickers, and I got these in a kit. I'm not sure if it was Studio Calico or Scraptastic probably a year ago, and I'm just not getting around to using them. At first, with my kits, I'd get them and I just mix them in my stash. So I have learned not to do that and to use the kit. I use the kit more if it's all together and not scattered throughout my stash. But I put those on and I decided that that's a good placement for them. I love the way they're uneven. These are some plastic hearts or plastic shapes that are hearts by Studio Calico. And I'm just kind of rearranging everything, and here's where I changed that butterfly. I'm not happy with it, so I changed it to another butterfly from the collection, and this has got more of the colors in it that are on the layout than the last one did. And as I'm putting those away, I think about the hearts that I want to use and the colors that I want to use, but I'm using too much of the teal color, and I'll come to realize this soon, that I am using way too many of the teal color. And so I grab the light pink heart and I stick it underneath the butterfly. Oh, the kids are playing with my niece. So I eventually take that teal heart out and I put a pink one in. These are some photo films that I got in a kit as well, and I decide on one that has a little bit of all the colors plus a little bit of yellow on it to go on that side to fill in some space. And I decide against that sticker, and I'm looking through, and these are some cork stickers that have sayings on them. That one says hi, and that is by Studio Calico. And I decide that that's just not where that's going to fit, so I just lay it there. And I put away and look, and as I'm going along to see if there's anything else that I could possibly use, and I thought about using these file tabs from Basic Gray, but the colors just didn't match. But I do end up using one. It looks like a page torn out of a notebook that it was in this pack from Basic Gray. I can't remember the collection, and I do use this tag from that same pack of embellishments from Basic Gray. Here is the paper that I thought I was going to use vertically, but I ended up using it horizontally. And I just lay those in under the pictures like so. And I put away all of my stuff. I forgot the blue heart. And this is where I commit, and I'm going to go ahead and adhere down the cork banner and all the embellishments that go along with it, and see how it comes together. Sorry, my daughter was just in here. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere these pieces down. I'm going to try to fit this as best as possible. And laying down the photo last. I'm just going to go ahead and use the tape runner there, because the side that'll be taped is going to be hidden. I'm not going to tape down the other side. And now my little embellishment in the corner that says date and location, and the heart and the cork piece. And then I'm going to go ahead and outline the time well spent up there so it doesn't blend in. And then I'm going to outline the date and location tag and the tag itself. I don't do the paper, the notebook paper looking one. And then I just do my little bit of journaling. It just says the date was spring of 2013 and location was the park. And I'm just looking around and thinking of a title at this point, and I decide that I thought I wanted it there on the side, but I felt it was too far away. And so I put down park, and then I decide that I'm going to put the word pictures on there somewhere. And then I thought, well, this is a perfect space here. And then I thought, well, I better move over the word park because it'll be too far away, and your eye will kind of wander more towards the park than it would be the whole title of park pictures. So that is what I'm doing here. Okay, I've got those moved over, so I'm going to go ahead and put down the tiny alphas that spell out the word pictures. And I messed with those a few times. I thought I was going to put it right under the word park, but then I end up moving it down. And this is where I decided to move it down. I try not to press too hard until I am done with the final product, and I stagger them to make them look staggered. And there, I'm just gonna rearrange. I'm gonna spread the word park out a little bit. It looks very clustered up together in some points, and some points it looks very spread out. So that's what I do here. And then I'm going to put everything away and look and think about it some more of what this layout may or may not need at this point. And I'm going to use some homemade spray paint. It's not glimmer mist by any means, but it's just paint rubbing alcohol and water in it, and it's great to make white splatters on the paper, and that's what I do here. I just tap it, and it's just, I love the effect. I'm really into splattering these days. So I'm going to take it over to my heat gun, and I'm going to dry it some, and then I will bring it back. My heat gun is right behind me, but it's up on a shelf. I mean, all I have is the drafting table in the middle of a room to work with, so everything's kind of positioned around me. And then I decided it needs a cluster up here now that there is the splatter, and this is just a little banner from the Snap Caps Girl Talk by October Afternoon. And I'm just outlining that off screen. And then I'm just going to take my tiny attacher as soon as I find it there. And you don't see it, but I just staple it down once, and then I staple it again and realized that looked really tacky. So I'm going to use another little piece of the Snap Caps, and I'm going to outline it as well, and then I'm going to put a pop-up square on it, and then just pop it up on that banner over that staple that I put there. And then that is the final effect. I put things away, and then I give you a close-up of how it looks real quick. So stay tuned for some close-ups, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll talk to you later. Bye.